In the hell? What in the okay. All right. Yo, what's cracking, my people? Welcome to yet another episode of ADQ's Renaissance. I'm your host with the most, keeping it 100 from coast to coast. Through God, I boast. ADQ. I am back. I'm back, yo. I'm back. Did you miss me? Yes, I have not done this, I'm sweating, yo. It's sweating. Climate change got me sweating. I have not done this podcast thing in a minute. It's been like a month. It's March the 7th. My last episode was February 7th, where I was talking about the N word. And yo, it has been a minute because them demonic allergies had me talking like I was talking.
Dear Theodosia, what to say to you? You have
Oh my goodness, y'all hear that?
You have your mother's name.
Hold up.
When you came into the world, you cried, and it broke my heart. I'm dedicating every day to you. Don't ask.
Just to let you know, the reason why I'm randomly playing Dear Theodosia from Hamilton is because this is the actual cover, a cover from my guest. Enjoy. Let's enjoy it.
Was never quite my style when you smile. You knocked me out, I fall apart, and I thought I was so smart. You will come of age with our young nation. We'll bleed and fight for you. We'll make it right for you. If we lay a strong enough foundation, we'll pass it on to you. We'll give the world to you, and you blow us all away. Someday, someday, yeah, you blow us all away. Someday, someday. Fill up when you smile, I am undone. My son, Quiet is not the word I'm looking for. There is so much more inside me now. Ooh, fill up, you outshine the morning sun, my sun. When you smile, I fall apart, and I thought I was so smart. My father wasn't around. I swear that I'll be around for you. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll make a million mistakes. I'll make the world safe and sound for you. We'll cover a page with our young nation. We'll bleed and fight for you. We'll make it right for you. If we lay a strong enough foundation, we'll pass it on to you. We'll give the world to you, and you blow us all away. Someday, someday, yeah, you blow us all away. Someday, someday.
That was beautiful! Yo! After hearing that, I'm like, that was so beautiful. Hold up, before I bring brother in. Yo, we need to laugh a little bit. So, of course, a couple of years ago, me and brother were in this film together. Yeah. Just see what happened. Just check out what happened, okay?
415 more days until the next election, and all of our local representatives would love to send you nonstop text messages about how terrible the world will be without their leadership. Visit our website to find out how to sign up.
This just in. Social media is bad for you?
No dip, Sherlock.
Who knew?
And up on the housetop, reindeer paws? No, those are cat burglars. WXMX would love to take this time to remind you how important it is to lock your doors before you take your holiday visit to Grandma's.
Also, you guys, highway patrolmen across the nation keep hitting reindeer with their cars, and it has got to stop.
We go now to our meteorologist in the field, Sunny Dew, with the weather. Sunny?
Look at my baby locks.
Sunny, do you have the weather?
Yep.
Sunny, is everything all right?
No, everything's not all right.
Aw, Sonny, what's wrong?
What's wrong? Well, the question. Well, to start, there's no snow.
Is that unexpected?
You tell me, do you think that it is unexpected? At this latitude, it is almost the end of December and there is no snow. Does that seem unexpected to you? I don't buy it.
No snow for Christmas. That's so sad.
Sad doesn't begin to describe it, Pepper.
Well, what do you attribute the lack of snow to, Sonny?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's because of the tropical storm coming in from the southwest and pushing all the condensation towards New England and Nova Scotia. Or it won't snow because it can't snow because all clouds are merely giant projections on the dome infiltrated by the government to keep us all submissive. Wake up, people! We are bugs in a jar!
Sonny, maybe
I should what? Be a good little weatherman and read words off the teleprompter just like another sheep? Well, too bad. I'm not here to play that game. They can't get all of us, and they can't get me.
I don't want to be a sheep in a jar.
They have cameras and recording devices everywhere. Raise your voice and defiant soul of the truth that used to be. I'm dreaming of a white
Well, that's it for the weather.
Christmas.
And when we come back,
Then the treetops glisten and children listen to hear raindrops.
Yo, brother's facial expressions were priceless. Welcome, ADQ. Welcome. What the heck? I was about to say, welcome, ADQ. I am ADQ. I'm tripping. Welcome to yet another episode of ADQ's Renaissance. This brother comes to us from the Trey Foe. He is coming from the Trey Foe. And you know, ADQ, if you listen to my mixtape, I got love for the trade, love for the trade, love for the trade. Yo, he was originally born in Greensboro, but he comes to us from Winston-Salem. You know what I'm saying? He's been killing the theater circuit. Most recently, he was in Parade over at Winston-Salem Theater Alliance. He has been the musical director for Daggone James and the Giant Peach. He's been in Shrek. He's been he's been in a who's of freaking musicals, and I think he has yet to do a straight play. We're going to get into that. Ladies and gentlemen, he's about to kill the stage over for Spring Theater, over at Sika for Children of Eden. We're going to talk about it and more. Welcome to ADQ's Renaissance. My brother, Braxton Allen. Yo, Braxton, where you at, brother?
what's up? What's up?
Man, you are so excited that you're muted.
Oh, wait. Can you hear me now?
It's all good, man. Technology, man. It's great when it works.
Right. Hold on.
All right, 1 second. Don't you just love technology, people? It's great when it works.
On my end, it's showing that it's
he has
working.
I'm sorry, man. I don't read lips.
Okay, how about now?
When you test your sound, sing a high note from John Legend. Be like, all of me, which I can't do it. Well, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I hear you, and on my end, it's showing that it's working.
Let me see. Let me make sure I didn't. Let's see. I don't have you muted. I tell you what. Tap out and tap back in. I used to have to go through this all the time. Still do sometimes. Technology gets on my last nerve. So while we're waiting on Braxton, y'all want to know what my big announcement is? Y'all want to know what the big announcement is? You'll find out at the end of our conversation. It's a doozy. Did you see the posters? Did you see the posters? Ooh, they were great posters. They were great posters. Okay, now Braxton's back. Let's see if it works now.
All right, let's see. Can you hear me now?
What? I'm playing. Hey, I can hear you. I can hear you.
I was getting ready to throw the computer. All right. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. It was showing on my end that the mic was working, but whatever. We got it working now.
Yes, we got it working now. What is up, man? How you living, man?
Pretty good. I was actually dying laughing through that clip because I haven't watched that in a while. So that was some funny stuff to see.
Man, I tell you what, yo, your facial expressions, homegirl's random reactions, and just my over the top blabbering. This is what made it seem beautiful. I've showed it for like 2 classes, and they will fall out laughing. They'll be like, and these are kindergartners, by the way. They'll be like, Mr. Q, why are you so crazy? So, yo, it was great to share. It was great to share camera time with you and a homegirl. I forgot her name. If she's out there watching this, I'm very sorry. Blame my 36-year-old mind, not my heart. So, is it true, Braxton, that you've never been in a straight play before?
I have not. I did get cast. I got cast in one right before COVID, but then we weren't able to perform because COVID happened. But other than that, In high school drama class, we did a few scenes, like in class, but yeah, I've never done a straight play.
Okay, so our scene in Season's Greetings was basically the closest to a straight play that you've ever come.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I feel a little bit part of history right now. I'm feeling good. So yeah, we gotta get you in a straight play because for one thing, brother, you got the voice, man. You definitely got the voice. And sometimes sometimes you could take what's usually used in the vocal setting and just use it for dialogue and really kill the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I believe, Braxton, that everything that has a story has a beginning. I know where I started. I told my story plenty of times. I want to know, where did you start? I mean, you're what? You'll be 31 this year, right?
Yep.
1991. What a year! You know, Bulls won their first championship. I think Little Mermaid dropped that year. Yeah, 91, and you dropped that year. So please, man, share where did your artistic path begin?
To be honest, I don't really remember. I mean, I guess I could say when I was little, I remember I did piano. Like I was obsessed with playing the piano. I would come home from church and I would like try to play the songs that the choir sang on keyboard. Started taking piano lessons. I didn't really get into. Well, I did some performance stuff and when I was in elementary school because there was this after school program that me and my brother went to, and basically it was like a cultural arts type thing. So we
Nice.
we learned like beginning tap dancing, jazz dancing, African dance. We didn't do a lot of singing. We did some dramatic stuff. So we did like some poems and stuff like that, dramatic poems and things like that. Um and then high school was when I first actually got the confidence to go on stage and sing a solo.
Mm,
I played a role. I was actually a mixture of two characters, but I played a role in Oklahoma.
nice.
And yeah, it was kind of a combination of two characters because I was playing one character, and then the person that was playing the other character wasn't a singer, so they had me sing that solo, and it was just like combined into one character. But um, that's yeah. From then on, that's when I was just kind of slowly jumped into the theater game.
So can I ask you something? So you say that you went to a very art centered after school program, right?
Yes,
And you are from Greensboro.
right.
May I ask if this after school program may or may not have taken place over at the Call Clue Multicultural Center?
Yep, it was.
Oh my goodness, I knew it. So you were working with were you working with Miss Angela Williams Tripp and Miss Carrie I cannot pronounce Miss Carrie's last name to save my life. Miss Angie and Miss Carrie, were you working with them?
No, it was the directors were Moselle Weston,
Okay.
Deborah Scales, um, and there was this man, I can't remember his last name. We called him Mr. Thomas. He passed away a few years ago. But they were like I guess the program directors. And then we had I'm trying to remember some of the people who came and taught us things. There was Donna Bradby, I think. She teaches at A&T now. I know her first name is Donna. She does the theater department there, the theater department. There was a Miss Pauline that taught dance, and I can't remember everybody's name because it was a while back. But
Oh yeah, a huge while back, yes.
the program was called We Are One.
Nice. See, I like it. I love when people take artistic direction rather in the rearing of children because believe it or not, even if the child grows up to be an architect or a daggone or a ball player or I don't know, an accountant, participation in the arts can help with the molding of a child. Would you agree?
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it teaches you collaboration, which is something that you will need in the workplace. It teaches you discipline in learning stuff. You know, you need discipline to get off book, right?
Yeah.
So, what was your first ever foray into, you know, I will say adult theater, you know, coming out of youth theater into adult theater?
In college, I was in this production of The Color Purple. Um,
Oh, Color Purple!
yeah, and
You were Harpo, weren't you?
we I wanted Harpo. I was Mister though.
You a Mister?
Yeah,
A nice guy like you, Mister?
that was a hard role to play, man.
I mean, look,
yeah.
let me tell you this. So when I went to UNCG, I was supposed to be in a let's see, it wasn't a full-fledged production. It was more like a presentation. We'll call it a presentation. Workshop presentation of Color Purple. And I was supposed to play Mister. I was ready to play Mister. I was ready to show that part of me, but for unfortunately, you know, for theatrical reasons, dots not connected and whatnot, it never came to be. Now, but you did get to experience that. So tell me what was that experience like?
It's a tough role to play. It took a lot out of me. I remember there were points in the production where, because we did it twice. The first time we did it, we actually were in DC. We went to the theater festival there.
Whoa.
And there was times where the other cast members will have to do little things to make me mad just to kind of get me into character, because I mean that's clearly not my character at all. And I would try my hard. I was trying so hard to like bring it out, but it was never enough. And then finally, when we got closer to the performance, a little bit of that, and then me just like really trying to dig deep and find some ways to connect myself to this character, I was finally able to bring it out. But that was tough. And afterwards, it took a lot out of me. Like the actress that played Celie, I like apologized to her. Like I was like, I feel so bad for treating you like that on stage. I mean, I know it's acting, but it was just like, God, I'm like, please let me play Harpo.
I feel you, man. I mean, sure. I was once supposed to play Othello, and I slapped the girl right in front of her boyfriend. I felt horrible, and then kissed her. I feel horrible about that. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, that's where you have to that's where you realize you're Braxton. Nobody who knows you can like really marry you to the character aspects of Mister. I mean, Mister was just the worst.
Yeah.
And so you went to Winston-Salem State, right?
Yep.
Winston-Salem State offers theater as a minor. They have a growing theater department. Was excuse me, was this part of a Winston-Salem State theater show, or did just you happen to meet the right people who saw how great you are?
It was through Winston-Salem State, but that first performance was not like it was weird because the performance was originally supposed to happen like a few months before it actually did, and it was supposed to happen at Winston-Salem State, but things just didn't fall apart. I mean, it didn't fall the way they were supposed to. But then the director said that he wanted to take the show to DC for the theater festival, and we couldn't use an all Winston-Salem State cast because everybody couldn't get to DC. So there were just a few of us who were from Winston-Salem State, but then we had people from other universities who were in the performance. And all of these people were like theater minors, theater majors, music majors. Like all these people were really heavy in the arts. I forgot what schools we had represented, but there was like 4 or 5 different universities that we had represented. But then the following semester, we finally were able to put the show on at Winston-Salem State using an all WSSU cast.
Nice. So just to let you know, when I say nice, I'm just like hearing your journey, and I'm like, nice, heck yeah. All right, no sound. Like this is my Saturday night all over again. Would you like to know something that I did on Saturday night?
What's that?
I went to UNCG, right? While my Tar Heels was beating the dog crap out of Duke, right? And also while a web play that I was in was premiering, right?
Yeah.
Was I watching the Tar Heels beat the dog crap out of Duke? No. I wanted to. Was I watching the premiere of my own play? Yeah, but it was on mute because I was at UNCG watching David Diggs be interviewed. It was kind of like some type of.
Like
I
he
don't
was
know.
there.
So what?
He was at UNCG.
He was at UNCG.
Oh wow. Hate I missed that. Well, I was at the Lion King, so I think I had a fair trade off there, but I hate I missed that.
We were both receiving greatness.
Yeah.
And I knew that God wanted me there because guess what? Yo, guess what? See, I was going to just chill at home, watch my play, go back and forth between my play and the Tar Heels beating Duke, right? But then all of a sudden I get a text saying, "Hey, Adrian, I got free tickets for the go UNCG and see the V Diggs." I'm like, "What?" So I didn't have to pay a penny for them. I'm like, yeah, God want me there. So when I hear his story, I hear your story, I'm like, I'm taking notes. You know what I'm saying? Taking notes. You know, great artists that you both are. So I want to ask you this: how would you say? Well, first of all, let me ask you this: why haven't you done a straight play yet? Why have you only been in musicals to this point?
I think it's mostly been because I just haven't really. Well, one, I haven't seen a lot of auditions for straight plays, and then whenever I do, it's usually like always caught up. I mean, I'm always caught up in something else already. So it's like I'll get an announcement saying, I don't know, Little Theater is doing whatever show, but then I'm already doing something else. So it's just I can't. The overlap is too much. And then, like I said, the one time that I actually had been cast in one back in 2020, COVID happened, and yeah, so that just got destroyed.
What theater were you supposed to do that one straight play with?
Barn dinner.
Barn.
Mhm.
The barn. He's at the barn. He's at the barn. He went to the barn. Well, what show was it?
I would say I don't know if I can say because I think they're going to try to bring it back.
Oh, no, in that case, we'll just keep the mum the word. We'll just
Yeah,
that's all right. Well, it was at the barn. That's all we
yeah,
need to know, and that just might be your straight play debut.
yeah. I think they're going to try to bring it back, but I'm not entirely sure yet.
So I know that I first started. My musical theater path. You know, I've actually been in a few musicals myself. But my musical path started in the church choir. Is that where would you say is that's would you say that that's where you started as well?
Well, I did sing in the church choir. I guess that would be my introduction to singing. I guess like I never sang any solos in the choir because it's funny, I was too scared to sing solos back then. Like I did not want to sing in front of anybody. But I mean, I was singing in the choir like as a group. It wasn't. Yeah, I didn't break out of that until senior year of high school when I finally decided to sing in front of people.
Would you like for my singing in front of people story?
Yeah, let me hear that one.
All right, so here it is. Okay, so I started out in choirs as well, right? But around 14, 15, I found my voice getting rougher. So I was like, okay, so my singing is a little shot at the moment. Let me switch to rapping, which I still dabble in to this very day. Um but then when I'm like 14, 15, I am part of this chorus class, and I'm in the group of basses, right? Because I'm telling you, my voice was heavy deep, right? I decided to myself, I know that this man is canceled and muted, but hey, yo, great music is great music.
Yeah.
I try to sing I Believe I Can Fly by R. Kelly. Puberty had just completely murdered my voice. He was like, "Well, I believe I was like, I believe I sounded like I was drunk."
Oh man.
Okay, so that was a scarring that went with me all the way into my 30s, right? I did not sing in actually. Okay, so I was once in a stained glass playhouse production of Annie Get Your Gun, right? I played Charlie Davenport. They said, "Hey, you're going to sing this. You're going to sing the opening of There's No Business Like Show Business." Like what? I want to. I can't say no, so I did it. People told me I did great. I thought that sucked, but then fast forward like 4 years later, I'm with Open Space Cafe Theater, which is now Triad Pride, right? They're doing Working. Great musical. You ever done Working?
I haven't. I know Theater Alliance actually did that a few. What they did it during the pandemic, like they did it virtually or something like that, I think. Or they may have done it. I don't know how they did it, but I know I was asked about it, but I couldn't do it because I was just coming off another show.
Look, man, look. Working is not something that can be experienced through a computer.
See, I don't even know anything about the show because I didn't get to see it.
But you know what I'm saying? I mean, I saw it at Guilford College, and I performed in it like about a couple years before that with Triad Pride. It's something that you have to experience in person. So there's a musical number in there called Brother Trucker, right? Who did they pull to sing Brother Trucker?
Oh, you got that role, didn't you? Or you had the part?
Break it down, big buddy, put your ears on for me now. I didn't think I had it, but I had to find it. You know what I'm saying? And then fast forward about a year later, I'm at Annie going, hey, ho, man, hey, that, but then after swearing to myself, I'm never singing in front of people ever again back in high school. So, enough about myself. That's my story, man. We've all, man, when you talk about getting over your stage fright, at least you did that in high school. It took me all the way to my late 20s and early 30s. So you were recently in Parade over at the Theater Alliance. We've already mentioned the Theater Alliance a couple times.
Yeah.
I've worked with the Theater Alliance in a musical called Back to the 80s, way back in 09. I saw Jamie Lawson's daggone work ethic. So and I didn't take notes because I was too young to appreciate it at the time. What was your experience working with Jamie Lawson and the whole crew over at the Theater Alliance?
It was a good one. Really good experience. The musical itself, I didn't know much about it when I first auditioned. Like I wasn't even going to audition, and then somebody told me about the songs and like basically the character that I played, and was like, just look into this character and look at these songs. So I think you would like it. And when I listened to the music, I was like, well, he wasn't lying because I absolutely loved it. So I was like, maybe I should audition for this. And but the practice in itself. So we had quite a few cast members who were in another show at the same time. So we were having music rehearsals without people there. And so at first we were just like, okay, we're going to see this stuff come together. But I remember the first time we had the whole cast and we were in the lobby sitting in front of the piano and we sang the opening number. And I just had chills going up my arm because it was like the harmonies and everybody, like all those people who were in the other show came in, they knew the music. So when they all came in and we just sang together and all this harmony and just the power. And I was just like, it was, I don't know if you know the song Old Red Hills of Home, but it was what we were singing.
And I'm going to familiarize myself with the song. Yeah, I don't know the song, but I'm going to make sure that I do know the song.
Yeah. But we sang that and we just like, when we stopped singing, it's like the note kind of just rang throughout the lobby. And it was just like a moment of silence where everybody was just like, oh my God, did we just do that? And it was like, from that point on, every time I heard every single one of those songs and all the people, I mean, Grace Smith, Amber Engel, all the people who played all those singing roles, I was just backstage amazed every time I heard them. And then when I was on stage, I was just having a blast the whole time.
So I've never had the pleasure of working with Grace Smith, but I know that he's in pretty much every single Theater Alliance show that they ever drop. Amber, let me tell you my experience with Amber, daggone. Let me tell you about my experience with Amber. First of all, when I was supposed to be in Othello, she was in Othello. At one point, she slapped the taste out of my mouth. Only because I told her to. I said, Amber, slap me. She wouldn't do it. I said, no, let me have it. Right? And then when I did Annie, her whole family was in there. You know, her husband Jeremy, shout out to Jeremy, her son Colin, I think her daughter, I forgot her name, her youngest daughter.
Alora.
Who?
Alora.
I was about to say Amora, but yeah, Alora.
Yeah, she's a good singer.
Shoot, the whole family is musical. And the crazy thing is, we had a show on Mother's Day, right? Amber was right there in the front row. Amber's a music teacher. I said, Amber, I want you to tell me, how did I do? Hear me sing, You're Never Fully Dressed Without a Smile. Tell me how I do, right? Show's over. She says, you did great. I say, man, forget you. But yeah, shout out to the whole Ingle family. What would you say is an audition song that you like to use when you audition?
I'm trying to think what are my go-tos? Because the past few auditions I've done, I had to sing a song from the show. But I will say one of my favorites that I have used for an audition was Out There from Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Out there. No.
Something like that. Now, of course, I can't think of the lyrics to the song now. I'm trying to think of it, but it's like one of the first songs that Quasimodo sings. Out there.
Is that the song where he's singing, wishing that he could go be around the people, but knowing that since he was a humpback and he was so introverted and so awkward and stuff, he was just scared to go around people? Is that song?
Yeah, basically. Like he's saying, give me one day out there. And he's almost saying like he would trade anything for one day out there with the rest of the people.
I don't know, man. Sometimes when I have busy days, I'd be like, yo, I'll trade anything for one day in here.
That's how I feel a lot. But yeah, so that's one of my go-tos. And there's another one from Aladdin. It's actually not in the movie, but it's in the Broadway production. It's called Proud of Your Boy. And that song actually makes me feel good inside now because there's this West End, she used to be on Broadway, but a West End actress named Marisha Wallace, who she would go live once a week and invite people to sing. And so I was able to get on and I sang that song for her. And she told me she was just like blown away. And I was just amazed. And then after that, she told me she was in the original Broadway cast of Aladdin, which I didn't even realize. She was the one that sang the line, "Still I think he's rather tasty." And I'm like, that was you? And I listened to that all the time. I didn't even realize that was her. And she played that role in the movie.
What does Proverbs 18:16 say? Your gift will make room for you and put you in the presence of the great. Look at you singing. Look at you singing for Broadway people. Which it's only a matter of time before you're a Broadway person.
I'm hoping, man. I'm pushing to that direction too.
Well, you see, number one, you're 31, but you look like you're still daggone 22.
Thank you. I think that's a compliment.
It is a compliment, man. Number two, you, unlike me, have the good sense to keep a fresh cut and keep yourself in shape. So, I say to anybody who has a dream like that, be different from what they're used to. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that, there are Broadway producers who would have some form of complaint about some actor somewhere, right?
Yeah.
I'd say, man, get their attention and make sure that they don't have any reason to complain about you. I saw you, brother. You got skills. Like, you got skills.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm not saying this just because you're on my podcast right now. I'm saying because it's true. You do have skills. Now, one thing that I found about all of the local theaters is a lot of them are, some people say cliquey, I say family oriented. It's like, theaters have their go-tos. They have people who are part of the family, who's been part of the family for years and stuff, and they like to choose from the family before they bring someone new in. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I would like to know, you seem to fit that description when it comes to our friends at Spring Theater.
Like part of the family.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I've never actually done a stage show with Spring Theater.
Me neither.
But when I first auditioned for Children of Eden back in 2019, I walked in and I remember Aaron Dirth walks up to me, shakes my hand, and it was as if we had been friends for 2 years. And that was the first time I ever met her. And then Dan was his usual energetic self. Like I was nervous walking in because it's this new place. I don't know anybody. But after that, I was like, I don't even feel nervous anymore. Like they made me feel right at home. And there were a couple of people auditioning with me that I knew. So I did feel a little better seeing them in the room. But yeah, I was just like, I feel like I'm at home now.
And that's what's up. Have you felt that? Have you felt that way everywhere you went?
I have. I remember when I went, there was one production I did. And it wasn't a bad experience or anything like that, but I did Memphis and Greensboro. And the only reason that one it took a little longer for me to warm up is just because most of the cast was teenagers. There were only a few of us that were adults. So it took me a while to like be able to warm because as an adult, having a conversation with a teenager can be the most awkward thing in the world. But
it can, but also sometimes these teenagers are way ahead of where I was when I was a teenager these days.
It's just basically like trying to understand like some of the things they say, some of the lingo and stuff. I'm just like, what did you just say? Huh? Or like, was that English? But for the most part, I mean, everything was all good. And like we did eventually end up getting a bond throughout the show.
Right.
But that was that because it was like when I first showed up to Theater Alliance, I felt family. Same thing with Cartersville. Well, Cartersville, that was also another one where because it was Shrek and most of that cast, yeah, there were a lot of kids in the cast too. So if that one is harder to like bond with the whole cast, because I mean, as an adult and we got a bunch of kids around you, it's like, yeah, you can be friendly, whatever, but you can't really have the same type of conversation with a 13-year-old than you can with another person that's the same age. Well, at least that's how I feel.
I mean, that's true, but I will say being a teacher, could offer a little bit of life advice or be like, hey, I'm a teacher. Let me see where these kids' heads are at the moment. Now you were the musical director of James and the Giant Peach.
Mm-hmm.
Where at and what was that experience like?
That was actually the first time that I had been a music director. So I was nervous. In fact, I wasn't trying to take the job at all. The director, Karen Hincher, was the director, and I remember she asked if I would do it, and I was like, I don't know about that. And she was like, just do it, it'll be fine when you get paid, whatever. And I'm just like, look, I've never done it, I don't know. And then it's a kids show, and then I was like, I have to deal with like 400 kids, and I don't know how. I was like, I just don't know. And then I don't know how she convinced me to do it, but she did. And I remember the first day of music rehearsal, I was like I was nervous, but I'm trying to pretend like I'm not. I'm like, okay, I have to teach these kids this music. And so they're all looking up at me, like waiting for me, what I'm going to do. And I had the keyboard and I said, okay, let's just start with the first song and let's get this. I had the recording going where they could listen to for reference. I'm playing notes. And then after a while, it just felt like I was at home with it. And I was like, okay, that's not so bad.
Yo, yeah. I love trying new things. I love trying new things because you get to learn something about yourself. Do you see yourself doing any more music directing in the future?
Yeah, actually, I did after that. So I was music director for Dreamgirls when TA did that.
What?
Yeah.
The most recent Dreamgirls?
Yeah.
I see you as being CC or something, not music directing.
Well, I mean, I was in it too. I was in it and music director. But I played Jim. CC would be a fun role to play too. That's what I want to try. I was playing Jimmy when we did that.
You was Jimmy?
Yep, Jimmy got soul.
So you was like, okay, Cass, this is how I am going. You're gonna follow me while I'm going. Jimmy got soul. Jimmy got soul. Jimmy got soul.
Yeah, when it came to teaching the songs that I was actually in, it was just I taught their parts first before I did any singing. And then finally we went back. I'm like, okay, now I can sing. Now that y'all know the parts, I can sing my parts that are around y'all.
It had I known that I probably would have. Hope this don't sound weird, man, but I would try to live vicariously through you because Jimmy Early is a dream role of mine.
That's a fun role too. I say if you get that role, if you ever get to play that role, just let it all out.
You get to make out with Laurel and you get to be a bootleg James Brown. I know it's fun.
Yeah, that was the fun part. Doing the I don't even know the name of the dance move. I call it the slippery feet that James Brown does, sliding all over the place. See, I did a lot of that.
See, my problem is a lot of people love, the plays and stuff. They're all over the place and stuff. But what drew me to Dreamgirls, I'm sorry, but it was the movie that drew me to it. I'm sorry.
Well, I saw the movie before I saw the musical.
It was the movie that made me fall in love with the whole story, man. Like, which the whole story, correct me if I'm wrong, but the whole story is kind of like a fictionalized, inspired story of Motown, right?
Yeah. And it's we have to use the word allegedly because there have been some lawsuits involved, but it's
allegedly. Barry Gray, don't sue me. I don't have money.
Yeah, allegedly follows the story of the Supremes, but apparently, allegedly those similarities are purely coincidental. No matter how many similarities there are between the two stories.
Oh yeah. That little boy group that wasn't supposed to be like some ripoff of the Jackson 5. No, they just coincidentally put an all boy group saying, "Can I see you at school, girl?" That was just a coincidence.
Yeah, that was, and oh my god, I did some research on that. There are so many similarities between the story, but they're all coincidence.
All coincidence. Even though I don't believe in coincidences, they're all coincidence for the sake of ADQ's Renaissance not being sued. It's merely coincidental. Man, yo, I'm proud of you for that, man. You was Jimmy Early, and you were the music director for that. Yo, that had to be a blast of a lifetime.
Yeah, it was. Like that was. I did not want that show to end, and we had 2 weekends, and with the way those tickets sold, we could have extended for a third weekend probably, but because of the way the schedule was set up, it just wouldn't allow us to do that. But we like I remember at first, like leading up to the show, I was checking the website to see like how tickets were going. The tickets were just going like kind of average, but then it seemed like the week of the production, word just got out because it was like by Tuesday of Tech Week, Friday and Saturday were sold out, and it's just like what? Wait, what's going on? And I don't mean just like sold out to where every seat is full. I mean sold out to where they brought in extra chairs and had people sitting in places where people aren't even supposed to be sitting because there was so many people in there. And I was like, this is crazy. Like there are people so close to the stage, I feel like I can reach out and touch them.
Reach out and touch, which is Diana Ross song.
But then, other people in the cast were saying there's no. I mean, it's Dreamgirls, so there's no surprise. Like that's it's such a popular show.
It is. I think that it was Dreamgirls. Like I go back to the movie. Dreamgirls showed me a side of Eddie Murphy that I didn't even know existed.
Oh yeah, I don't think I knew he could sing before that. I can't remember if I knew that or not. I knew he had an album. I think I found out about the album after that. To be honest.
Okay. It's okay, man. Listen. All right. So this happened like when you were 2 years old. Okay. Once upon a time, my Eddie Murphy and real Michael Jackson, not little fake Michael in Dreamgirls, but real Michael Jackson.
The little Campbell boy.
And they were saying, "What's up? What's up? What's up with you?"
I think I saw that video and I didn't know what in the world was going on. This is hard. after knowing Eddie Murphy as a comedian or a comedic actor, seeing him as a singer, it was just hard to take him seriously because I'm like, this dude's a comedian. Like, I want to laugh at him. I don't want to. It's hard to see him singing.
I mean, hey, Jamie Foxx is a comedian, but it was hard for me to take him serious as a singer at first. But the man can sing.
Yeah. But see, he sang so much on the Jamie Foxx show too that it was just like it was natural when I saw that.
Well, the Jamie Foxx show, daggone. I mean, oh man, you want to talk about bad sitcoms? I mean, hey, the first couple seasons were good, but the last season just. He even once said a mediocre. He once even said in an interview for Ray that was mediocre. Now I didn't ask you this, but I should ask you this. What would you say are some singers, some artists that inspired the makeup of Braxton Allen?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Oh yeah, come on, man. Let's be fanboys for a second. What are some artists that inspire you?
Well, I would say when it comes to like just music in general, like singing in general, one of the first ones, I guess, because I grew up like hearing his music a lot, was Smokey Norfolk, gospel singer.
I need you now.
That's the first song that comes to mind because my parents used to play his music a lot. And then a little bit of John Legend, even though what's funny is my brother actually sounds like John Legend when he sings. But John Legend, it's hard to think of who. It's like a little bit of everybody because honestly, I listen to so much. I listen to theater music a lot. I'll listen to recordings of shows I've been in, shows I'm going to be in, shows that I'm thinking about auditioning for, whatever. And so those inspire me too, because I'll just listen to different people, like whoever is playing the lead roles or whoever's playing whatever role it is I'm listening to.
Do you tell me this? I don't know. This question just happened to pop into me because you have been a musical director, and you are a proficient singer, right? Do you see any semblance of a black Jonathan Larson creeping through your veins?
You have to tell me who Jonathan Larson is.
Are you kidding me?
The name sounds so familiar, but either I'm having a brain fart or I just don't know who it is.
We're gonna call this a brain fart. You cannot do musical theater and not know.
Let me pull up the trusty Google.
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, here on ADQ's Renaissance, this man who has done so much musical theater is Googling Jonathan Larson.
Rent. Okay.
Yes. Tick, tick, boom.
Yeah, I knew that. That's why I knew the name sounded familiar. I was just reading about Rent the other day.
Will I lose my dignity? I'm sorry. I had a moment. So, okay. So, all right. Let's go from Jonathan Larson since you had to Google him. Do you see? I'll ask you this: do you see yourself coming up with an original piece on your own? Writing an original piece.
It's funny you mentioned that. I've been trying to do that for about a month and a half now, and I just cannot seem to get anything written. I did write a chorus the other day. Although I don't know if I would use that because I was in kind of a mood, like a funky mood when I wrote it. So the music came out like it was like super depressing. So I don't know if I want to use that for anything. But I mean,
depressing.
What'd you say?
Rent is depressing.
Oh, true. But like I wrote it, and actually I wrote like this chorus, had a chord progression. I even recorded it, and I sent it to a friend, and I was like, "What do you think about this?" And I was like, "Excuse the depressive undertones." And I mean, he said he liked it, but I was just like, the song sounded like really sad. I mean, I guess you could use it because people write sad music, but that's the furthest I've gotten in writing anything. Like I do want to write some music. I want to come up with a whole album, but writing music is not an easy thing. At least not for me. Some people it comes naturally, but
I'm about to say, I mean, I did just drop my 4th mixtape, not to be bragging or anything. But
so yeah, you got it. Because I haven't been able to figure that part out, the writing thing out.
Well, I just jacked a bunch of beats from YouTube that had free attached to the
Oh.
listing, but basically, if I may, I would say just look at the greats, those who compose and write their own music. Maybe even Sylvester. You might even have to look at Sylvester. See how they were able to tell their stories and write their stories, and take inspiration from that. Look at them. I'll say even look at the gospel greats that write their own joints. And then look at the theater greats. The Schwartzes, the Sondheims, the dang it, dude who wrote Evita Weber's Andrew Lloyd
Yeah.
Webber, Lin-Manuel Miranda, like, cause I've wanted to put together a musical. The next thing I know, I end up writing a play full of spoken word. That's a little bit of a spoiler for what my big announcement is going to be. So I think you can do it, man.
Okay, so you were talking about like on the lines of writing a musical. See, I was thinking like I tried writing a song, but as far as a musical, I would like to do that too. I would just have to, of course, come up with some content for that.
You realize that Hamilton was originally supposed to be a mixtape, right?
Yeah, I remember that. Lin-Manuel Miranda talked about that.
It was supposed to be like a concept mixtape. Now, the B Diggs was saying how it's a terrible idea, and he said he still thinks it's a terrible idea. A hip hop musical about the founding fathers.
He still thinks that
Yeah. Now tell me this.
after all that success.
After all that success, now tell me this. Who wants to listen to a hip hop musical about the founding fathers before knowing what it was? I mean, what it is.
It is hard to sell it that way. Like, in fact, the other day I was telling my dad about I'm going to go see Hamilton at Tanger, and he was asking what it was about, and I said, well, it's a hip hop musical, and it's the founding fathers and how basically they formed the country. And he was like, I don't want to see that. And I was like, I guess it's not really a good way to sell it. Like, I would just have to have him. He has Disney Plus. I'm like, just watch it on Disney Plus. Then maybe
How much did your tickets cost you?
I don't remember at this time, but I'm in the balcony. I got nosebleeds, so my tickets were, I want to say, like 110, something like that. Because the good seats were like 400 or 500, and I ain't paying that much. Like, I love Hamilton, but I don't have that kind of money.
Yeah. You enjoy that nosebleed. I'm gonna be sitting here watching it on Disney Plus. For free. Hey, look, I saw Chicago on Broadway, and the whole time I was thinking, man, I got the movie. I could be watching this for free at home because this sucks.
Oh, it wasn't good? Wow.
I didn't enjoy it. I honestly didn't enjoy it. And this is before Cuba Gooding Jr. came on to play Billy Flynn.
It's hard, I guess, because I've heard other people say they've seen things on Broadway that they didn't like. I don't know. I've only seen one show on Broadway, and I've seen a couple of tours, but all of them were great.
I wanted to check out Dear Evan Hansen, but I hear that that's pretty sad too.
I haven't seen it. People talk about it all the time, but I thought about going to see it when it was in Greensboro, but I didn't.
I'll tell you what, these Broadway shows have been up in the economy and reputation of Greensboro. I mean, once I used to think Greensboro was sleep, but shoot, Broadway been coming through here. So there's something to Greensboro. Now, with some of the 7 minutes that I have left from you, tell us about Children of Eden.
Oh, Children of Eden, the show that I've been waiting 2 years to do.
As I take a sip of this live alkaline water, please explain to the viewers and the listeners Children of Eden.
So Children of Eden will be going up April 1st through 3rd. And it's I would say a dramatic interpretation of the book of Genesis. So we have Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel, and the story of Noah and the ark. And I just say it's dramatic interpretation because they added a bunch of drama in it for, I mean, for dramatic effect. And besides, a lot of these people's stories in the Bible are so short that trying to write a musical based off only on the Bible, it will probably last about 15 minutes. So they added a bunch of stuff to make everything more interesting, give it more of a story.
Oh, I'm telling God.
Yeah, so I've been giving that warning to family members or people who are coming to see it. Like, it's not exactly word for word the Bible, so please don't get offended when you realize that there are some storylines that have been added because all these people are characters, like they've been given backstories and personalities and stuff that just that weren't in the Bible. Like I think the story of Cain and Abel in the Bible was maybe like 3 or 4 verses. It wasn't very long,
Right.
and in the musical, there's like a lot more added to it. Like you get to see more of the relationship between Cain and Abel, or the relationship between Cain and his parents. Um, and in the story of Noah, there's a lot of things added there that I guess they just needed to. It's funny, the Noah story. It almost has the same type of things that were added to that movie that came
The
out.
Russell Crowe movie.
Yeah, because there was a bunch of things added in that movie too, and it's almost the same storyline with the kids and all that stuff like that.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes, hey, I mean, in Hollywood or in when you're trying to like, sometimes in Hollywood or Broadway, where they're like trying to take an incredible source material like the
Mhm.
Bible and make it into a full-fledged production, creative liberties will be taken.
Yeah,
So the Bible's not safe from creative liberties either. It's good. Yeah, that just happened. Sorry. Um, it's great that you're in Children of Eden. For some reason, I was just thinking about when I was in Godspell, and I was playing like a caricature of Donald Trump, and Donald Trump was going to hell.
oh wow. I've never seen Godspell, but I've heard about it. So
Man, you have Godspell, Children of Eden, and Jesus Christ Superstar.
yeah, I've heard
So
a few songs from that.
what Jesus
Um,
Christ Superstar?
mhm. There's a few songs I want to do some covers from that.
Do it, man. Shoot, do it. Hey, man, do it. Hey, rock out. Do a cover of "Light of the World" from Godspell. I can picture it now. You are the light of the world. Maybe I don't know, but tell me this real quick with the 4 minutes that I got you left for. Yeah, I'm counting down. So you're about to do Children of Eden. Um, it's going up April 1st through 3rd. Does any of your Christian upbringing and background play in your interest in this particular piece?
Yeah, I did. So I was always like the story of basically the book of Genesis was always pretty interesting to me, even like as a kid, learning that stuff in Sunday school. And Cain and Abel was interesting to me too, because we were just always taught, Cain is such a bad guy. He killed his brother and then tried to run and got caught and whatever. And the musical takes a different take on that. I mean, Cain still is bad for killing his brother, but it takes a different take on it, and it like kind of makes him a little bit more human. So you kind of understand in a way why he's doing what he's doing, but it's still just like, dude, you killed your brother. Why? Um, and then the story of the creation. Like I remember, I had like this graphic Bible. It was like a comic book version of a Bible, I guess. It was like a graphic novel.
The Action Bible.
Yeah, when I was little, and it wasn't the whole Bible because they couldn't fit all that into a graphic book. But it was like I think it was like the first few books of the Bible. And I remember I used to read the creation one over and over, and seeing those pictures, and everything was just so cool to see because it was just like you're seeing like basically it's showing the world being created in each frame, and then you see Adam and Eve, and then the issues, Eve eating the fruit, and then everything.
Wow.
But so yeah, seeing that go to stage, especially with this different interpretation we have, is a cool thing. In fact, we actually have our first rehearsal tonight. So I'm pretty excited to see like how everything's going to turn out once we put it on stage.
Which is why I'm about to let you tap out and go get behind the fourth wall and sing the word. But before you go, tell me real quick. Other than Children of Eden, what else you got? What else you got coming up? What else you got coming down the pike?
After Children of Eden, I'm doing a show at Wellspring that will be in May. Last performance, I forgot the exact date. I have to check the schedule, but the name of the show is Denim King, which I'll be honest, I don't know too much about the show yet. I was recommended twice for the show. And I was like, okay, if I got this many people, I mean, it's only two people, but if I have two people telling me, like telling the director to add me to the show, like she asked me twice, didn't realize she'd already asked me, and I was like, okay, I'm definitely gonna do this.
Very great, very great. Well, yo, Braxton, thank you for coming through, brother. Keep doing what you're doing because you're out here killing the game. You got me wanting to go into my musical bag because I haven't been in musical in daggone what 5 years. It's been almost 5 years. I miss it. I want to come see Children of Eden, and then I'm going to get on this platform and offer my honest thoughts. Thank you for coming through, sir, and for all you do, for all the greatness you put out there. I must say you are valued, loved, and needed member of the Renaissance. Our people are better because of you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. Now go knock them on now, man.
All right.
And this is ADQ's Renaissance. That was Braxton Allen. Now it's time for me to make my announcement. Y'all stay tuned. Stay tuned. We'll make the announcement. So recently in recent months I was telling everybody and their mama, whoever will listen, about my show, Battle of the Books. I was supposed to put up a show called Battle of the Books. I wrote it. It was a beautiful, the way that the feedback that I got from workshops was beautiful. The fact that the reading of it that I did on Zoom last 2 years ago, can't believe it's been 2 years. The fact that it is currently my most viewed video, spoke to me, right? Put together a cast of incredible performers who I thought were great, cream of the crop, and will definitely help me see this show to the top. Well, I've learned that sometimes I learned a lesson here. I learned that sometimes when it comes to pieces as valuable as Battle of the Books, you need to be careful who you attach to it. I attached the wrong people to Battle of the Books. The people who I cast in it shouldn't have been there. I'm not saying that they're bad people. I'm not saying anything. I'm saying they shouldn't have been there. That particular group of people shouldn't have been part of that, because not everybody can take ADQ the director, ADQ the producer, ADQ the actor, ADQ the artist. I'm not an easy sell. You know what I'm saying? That being said, I do everything in my power to treat people with the utmost respect, but there were just terms that I had that the people who I cast just could not concede to. That's fine. Lesson learned. Thought strongly about just giving it up, because producers a headache. If you're out, you all who are out there watching, if you ever think about producing, get some strong people behind you and be prayed all the way up, because it's not for the weak. Well, I did some soul searching, and I remembered. I thought about one of my favorite scriptures. Hold on. The scripture is, let's see. I've been carrying around this scripture with me. Hold on. Y'all stay with me. Stay tapped in. John chapter. Man, I'm making this look like the Tony Khan announcement when he announced that he had bought Ring of Honor. Here we go. Okay, I don't want you all to watch me look for a script. Hold up. I know what I'm going to do. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Stay with me. All right. My bad. It's John chapter 15, verses 6 through 9. Anyone who does not remain in me is thrown away like a useless branch and withers. Such branches are gathered into a pile and burned. But if you remain in me and my words remain in you, you may ask for anything you want and it will be granted. When you produce much fruit, you are my true disciples. This brings great glory to my Father. I have loved you even as the Father loved me. Remain my love. That says to me that when you remain in God, you are fruitful. Now, I don't remain in God to be fruitful. I remain in God to get through life. You know what I'm saying? But as I'm getting through life, I aspire to do what's on my heart. And it's on my heart to create theater. It's been on my heart since I was 7 years old. When I was 7 years old and I got bit by that theater bug, I didn't just want to climb up on stage and act. I wanted to write something. I wanted to direct something. Ever since I was 7, and I'll be 37 this year. When you carry around something in your heart for daggone near 30 years, that's what God put in you to do. So this is me. Theater is me. So I decided I will not take defeat. I will not take failure lying down. I decided to do something about it. Battle of the Books will be performed April 29th at Hope Academy here in Greensboro. Battle of the Books will be performed April 29th at Hope Academy here in Greensboro by myself and Nichelle Wright. By myself and Nichelle Wright is going to be great. Also, on April 29th, y'all ready for it? Also, on April 29th, I decided to take this love that I have for theater. I decided to take this unnerving, unsubmittable love that I have for theater. And I decided. Yes, I love these drums. I don't know why I just play those drums, but anyway, I've written a new play, okay? I've written a new daggone play. It is called May I Borrow a Dollar. It's going up, Camel City Playhouse, 110 West 7th Street, Winston-Salem. I have Bring My Plate to the Tray. Bring My Plate to the Tray. Also, on April 29th is going to be a day because I'm going to go perform for the babes and I'm going to bring my plate to the tray. Bring my plate to the tray. Bring my plate to the tray. All right? May I Borrow a Dollar? Yes, it is inspired by the common album name, Can I Borrow a Dollar? His first ever album, but call it May I Borrow a Dollar? Because I ain't trying to be sued. So, the price will be free, okay? With a $10 suggested donation. Know that I am operating as a 501c3 now. All funds help out. But I'm paying my actors, so yo, if y'all can pull up, check me out. Curtains at 7 o'clock, April 29th, 2022. Camel City Playhouse, West 110 West 7th Street, Winston-Salem, Trey Foe, Arts District, downtown, where the garage used to be. Artsy Theater. It's going down, bro. It's going down. And this time, I got the cream of the crop. I do got the cream of the crop. I got Nichelle Wright. Nichelle Wright. Y'all know Nichelle Wright. Y'all know Nichelle Wright. You're wrong if you don't know Nichelle Wright. I'm talking about Larry Kerwin. I'm talking about Larry Kerwin. Larry Kerwin. I've worked with him like 3 times already. Great guy. Great guy. I'm talking about S. Elizabeth Carroll. Yes. I got bar theater actors. I'm talking about Shantae Renee making her theater debut because she already been killing the scene as a poet. Y'all pull up and check us out. May I borrow $1? Can I show the? Let me see if I can show the full poster. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I probably can't. Hold on. Yeah, I can. I know what I'll do. Check me out. Hold on. Because this is like one of the coolest posters I've ever had. One of the coolest. And I've had many posters. All right. Boom. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Man, tell me that ain't a cool poster. Battle of the Books is going. Not Battle of the Books. I'm tripping. May I borrow $1? It is going down. It is going down. So I'm ADQ. This is ADQ Renaissance. This is ADQ's Renaissance. Shout out to my man Braxton Allen for coming through. Y'all go see Children of Eden. Hold on. Let me plug a couple things. Let's see. First of all, y'all go see Saturday, May 7th. The Pressure of the Pandemic. Put up by my man James Lyons. James Lyons. It will be at Goodwill Baptist Church, 542 Goodwill Road, Clemens, North Carolina, 27012. Tickets are $25 in advance. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. For more information, contact 336-695-7134. Best believe ADQ's pulling up on support my man. Yo, if you seen James Lyons and the way he played that daggone Uncle Ezel character, bruh, I once had to share stage time with Uncle Ezel. Do you know how daggone hard it was to say a character? Also, Shantae Renee is killing the game because not only is she making a theatrical debut in May I Borrow $1, but also check out Flow. I'm gonna be there. Flow, a night of spoken word, music, and more. Yeah, I'm gonna come there, do my spoken word thing. March 25th, 2022, 7 p.m., $10 entry. She's hosting it. Also, the MC is Paige the Poet. All right, over at Passion Fusion Grill, 2618 Lawndale Drive, Greensboro, North Carolina, 27408. And last but totally not least, hold up. Dang it, where is it? last but not least, Children of Eden. Put on my spring theater, my friend's spring theater. April 1 through 3rd, you know, like Braxton was saying. Friday, April the 1st, April Fool's Day at 7 p.m. Saturday the 2nd at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Sunday the 3rd at 2 p.m. Tickets are $15 over at the Southeastern Center for Contemporary Art, 750 Marguerite Drive in Winston-Salem. So y'all pull up, check out this fine art put on by fine people that I know. So I'm ADQ. This has been ADQ's Renaissance. Let's try this theme. My I was tripping earlier. Let's try this. I'm ADQ. Whoever just pulled in, whoever just stepped in, too late, yo. I'm about to go. I got dope art to write. I'm ADQ. This is ADQ's Renaissance. Y'all have a wonderful day. Wait! Whoa! I just paused on. This is not over. Hold on. Sorry, y'all, but I want to share something with y'all. Ooh, my back is rolled out. So, I was in this joint called The Affairs of the Heart. I was in this joint called The Affairs of the Heart. As I mentioned during the interview, I got to see that I still got it. Y'all check this out. But the easel's been in the closet for 2 years. It's dusty. Said she might want to paint. Said she used to want to be a model. Said she wants to fix people's taxes. She once begged to act in one of the plays. Said she loves animals, sexual psychology, soul food chefing, maybe even mountain climbing. And what woman doesn't dream of one day being? What woman doesn't dream of one day being an interior decorator? She wanted to be the herself that I loved her for. She has a coveted cubicle history of being a deputy clerk of courts. Fail-safe fallback shit. It's practicality. Now I come along, loving her for herself. And when she asked me to tell her more, I think it's because she wants us to get into it. But she really didn't understand, what does that mean? Her parents didn't trust me, even with my degree, because I didn't have a car. I was thinking about her as I was fucking somebody else. I wanted we. She wanted us. So she had leverage with the deputy clerk of courts. She wasn't required to show up when the state was exacting funds from my bank. All the judges, male and female. She was just beautiful. She was fine. Well, anyway, alimony. Such a peculiar word. Doesn't even sound like what it intends. Sounds like a flower. So I would leave this place. Leave her before she starts throwing my shit out of the attic window where I've been sleeping since she found hairs on my clothes, stains on my collar. Told me my sperm smelled different. It says, when did I start crying when I come? And when did she start going to church so much and potato couching? And what happened to scuba diving, raising live Easter duckies? How come I started drinking beer instead of wine? And when did she start hiding her pocketbook? She's fucking somebody else too. And nobody's washing dishes, and her daughters start reminding me that I'm not their father. And all the love we make is thrashing anger shit. It feels so good. We hate it. Hate that we're so in love that we can't stand it. But no more. She does not love me no more. She does not have to have me around bugging her to love herself. She does not have to worry about me being the elusive provider with my advocacies. Wherever she's fucking just sits on the couch with her arms around her. And whoever I fuck, well, I don't have to cry no more when I come. And when she sees this easel, when she sees that easel out the box in front of our bed, she's going to be pissed at this, my PS. Because I don't love her no more either.
Oh, hi. You're Joe, right? You work for Robert. Yeah, my grandfather's a steam fitter too. Yeah, union man down to his bones. I'm Irene. I own a dance studio.
I'm ADQ.
And I do some modeling for artists. I'm not married.
Okay. I'm ADQ. Thank y'all very much for tuning in. This is ADQ's Renaissance. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Yo, may I borrow $1? Pull up. Pull up. April 29th. Pull up.